Riddles! Get it? Yeah.
You're the chief advisor to an eccentric king who needs to declare his successor. He wants his heir to be good at arithmetic, lucky, and above all else, honest. So he's devised a competition to test his children, and ordered you to choose the winner. Each potential heir will be given the same two six-sided dice. The red die has the numbers 2, 7, 7, 12, 12, and 17. The blue one has 3, 8, 8, 13, 13, and 18. The dice are fair, so each side is equally likely to come up. Each contestant will be sent into a royal rolling room, where they'll roll both dice 20 times. A contestant's score starts at 0, and each turn they should add the total of the two numbers rolled to their score. After 20 turns, they should report their final score. The rooms are secure, and no one observes the rolls. That means a contestant could add incorrectly, or worse, be dishonest and make up a score they didn't achieve. This is where you come in. The king has instructed you that if you're at least 90% sure a contestant misadded or cheated, you should disqualify them. The highest scoring player who remains will be the new heir to the throne. After you explain the rules, the children run to their rooms. When they return, Alexa announces her score is 385. Bertram says 840. Cassandra reports 700. And Draco declares 423.
I think
the future of the kingdom is in your hands. Whom do you proclaim to be the worthiest successor?
Okay, pause. Okay, 2, 7, 7, 12, 12, 17. 17 is the biggest number. 3, 8, 8, 13, 13, and 18. Okay, so that is the biggest number. Okay, 7 plus 8. That's just been freaking crazy over a game. 8 plus 7 equals... 15. 8 plus 7 equals 15. So, 15 plus 10 plus 10 equals 35. So 35 times 20. So, wait, how are we gonna use? Oh, that's right. We can just times 35 by 10. So that's just so that means we're 350. So we can just add 350 by 350 and get what would be the same as 35 times 20. Because 10 is half of 20, so therefore we times 35 by 10 twice to get two 350s and add those two together. To get our answer. So 350 plus 350 equals 700. So Bertram is a freaking poopy butthole liar. I feel like Cassandra... I think Cassandra's right. So therefore, Cassandra is the winner. So she gets to...
Upon inspection, most of these scores are concerning. Let's start with the highest. Bertram scored 840. That's impressive, but is it even possible? The highest numbers on the two dice are 17 and 18. 17 plus 18 is 35. So in 20 rolls, the greatest possible total is 20 times 35, or 700. Even if Bertram rolled all the highest numbers, he couldn't have scored 840, so he's disqualified. Cassandra, the next highest roller, reported 700. That's theoretically possible, but how hard is it to be that lucky? In order to get 700, Cassandra would have to roll the highest number out of 6 on 40 separate occasions. The probability of this is 1 over 6 to the 40th power, or 1 in about 13 nonillion. That's 13 followed by 30 zeros. To put that in perspective, there are about 7.5 billion people in the world, and 7.5 billion squared is a lot less than 13 nonillion. Rolling the highest number all 40 times is much less likely than if you picked a completely random person on Earth and it turned out to be actor Paul Rudd, and then you randomly picked again and got Paul Rudd again. You can't be 100% sure that Cassandra's score didn't happen by chance, but you can certainly be 90% sure. So she should be disqualified. Next up is Draco with 423. This score isn't high enough to be suspicious, but it's impossible for a different reason. Pick a number from each die and add them up. No matter which combination you choose, the result ends in a 0 or a 5. That's because every red number is 2 more than a multiple of 5, and every blue number is 3 more than a multiple of 5. This means that when you add them together, you'll always get an exact multiple of 5. And when you add rolls that are multiples of 5, the result will also be a multiple of 5. These sorts of relationships between integers are studied in a branch of math called number theory. Here, number theory shows us that Draco's score, which is not a multiple of 5, cannot be achieved. So, he should be disqualified as well. This leaves Alexa, whose score is a multiple of 5 and is in the achievable range. In fact, the most likely score is 400, so she was a little bit unlucky. But with everyone else disqualified, she's the last heir standing. All hail Queen Alexa, the worthiest successor. At least if you agree that the best way to organize your government is a roll of the dice. If you love mathematics...
Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I do not care.
One of the top chefs from Pasta Palace has been kidnapped by operatives from Burger Bazaar, hoping to learn the location of their secret sauce recipe. Little do they know that a third party, Sausage Saloon, has sent you to take advantage of the situation. As their top spy, your skills range from infiltration and subterfuge to safe cracking and reading faces for signs of deception. You've tracked the captors to where they're holding the chef prisoner. From your hiding spot, you can see him on the other side of the glass, while in front of you, an interrogator wearing headphones speaks into a microphone. We already know the recipe is on the 13th floor of the bank vault in a safe deposit box numbered between 13 and 1300. Now tell us, is the number less than 500? You can't hear the chef's answer, but you can see that he's lying. The interrogator, however, falls for it. He follows up by asking, is it a perfect square? Again, you can't hear the answer, but can tell the chef is lying, while the interrogator takes him at his word. He then asks, is it a perfect cube? This time, the chef answers truthfully. The interrogator thinks for a minute and says, good, now if you just tell me whether or not the number's second digit is a 1, we'll be done here. But as the chef starts to answer, the interrogator stands up, blocking your view. Within moments, he rushes out of the room, announcing that he's got the answer and is sending agents to retrieve the recipe. You know that the Burger Bazaar people have the wrong box number, but can you figure out the right one and retrieve the recipe yourself?
So the number is not less than 500. It is not a perfect square, but it is a perfect cube. got no idea. My brain cannot handle this.
The key here is to work backwards. We don't know what the chef answers to the final question, or whether he answers truthfully. But we do know that by the time the interrogator asks it, he's narrowed the options down to 2 numbers. One where the second digit is 1, and one where it isn't. Our goal, then, is to find answers to the previous questions that lead to just 2 possibilities. Of the 3 constraints offered, the one that narrows our options the most is if the number is a perfect cube. That leaves us with only 8 answers between 13 and 1300. So let's assume the answer to the third question was a truthful yes. Now, let's look at the second question. If the chef answered yes to the number being a perfect square, it would narrow the interrogator's options to just 64 and 729, the only numbers in our range that are both a square and a cube. But neither of these has a 1 as the second digit, so the given answer to the second question must have been no. And that also means we can eliminate these 2 squares from the interrogator's list, leaving only 6 numbers. Now for the first question, which allows us to divide this list. If the chef answered yes to the number being less than 500, we'd have 4 options, which is too many. But a no leaves us with 2 numbers greater than 500, one of which does have a 1 as its second digit. We don't know which of these numbers the interrogator thinks is correct, but that doesn't matter. Remember, his conclusion was based on lies. You, on the other hand, are now in a position to reconstruct the truth. First, the chef said the number was greater than 500, but lied, meaning it's actually less than 500.
Less.
Second, the chef said it wasn't a perfect square, but lied again, meaning the number is indeed a square. And finally, he truthfully confirmed that it was also a cube. And as we've already seen, the only number under 500 that's both a square and a cube is 64. You find the secret recipe and are gone before anyone's the wiser. Corporate espionage is not an easy game, but sometimes that's just how the sausage is made. Don't take a break just yet. The world...
Meet the residents of Element City. Air usually has their head in the clouds.
Oh, my new jacket!
Earth can be a little seedy.
Nothing weird going on here.
Just a little pruning. Water is always getting into something. Help! And fire? As ordered, we run a little hot.
This shop is dream of our family. Someday it'll all...
You're on the trail of a werewolf that's been terrorizing your town. After months of detective work, you've narrowed your suspects to one of 5 people: the mayor, the tailor, the baker, the grocer, or the carpenter. You've invited them to dinner with a simple plan. You'll slip a square of a rare werewolf antidote into each of their dinners. Unfortunately, your pet goat just ate 4 of the squares, and you only have 1 left. Luckily, the remaining square is 50 grams, and the minimum effective dose is 10 grams. If you
So
can
we still have
precisely
enough.
divide the square into fifths, you'll have just enough antidote for everyone. You'll have to use a laser cutting tool to cut up the square. Every other means available to you isn't precise enough. There are 8 points that can act as starting or ending points for each cut. To use the device, you'll have to input pairs of points that tell...
Look, it's what? What? Okay, so 1, 2, no, 1. So now we have 2, 4. Wait a minute.
the laser where to begin and end each cut, and then the laser executes all the cuts simultaneously. It's okay to cut the square into as many pieces as you want, as long as you can group them into 10-gram portions. But you can't fold the square or alter it otherwise, and you only get one shot at using the laser cutter. The full moon is rising, and in a moment someone will transform and tear you all apart, unless you can cure them first. How can you divide the antidote into
squares? No, wait, you just put it up. F, B, A, E, G, C, D, H. Half, fourth, sixth, eighth. Eighth. How many? So eight. That. Wait. Oh my God! I figured out a way. D, F, H, B, E, B, D. So great, now we have I can't.
perfect fifths, cure the secret werewolf, and save everyone?
I freaking can't do that. I don't got it, man.
When it comes to puzzles that involve cutting and rearranging, it's often helpful to actually take a piece of paper and try cutting it up to see what you can get. If we cut BF and DH, we'd get fourths, but we need fifths. Maybe there's a way to shave a bit off of a quarter to get exactly 1/5. Cutting BE looks good at first, but that last cut takes off a quarter of a quarter, leaving us with a portion of 3/16, just smaller than a fifth, and not enough to cure a werewolf. What if we started with BE instead? That would also give us a quarter, and is there a way to shave just a bit more off? Both DG and CH look promising. If we make one more cut, from A to F, we may start to notice something. With these 4 cuts, from B to E, D to G, F to A, and H to C, we've got 4 triangles and a square in the middle. But the pieces that make each triangle can also be rearranged to make a square identical to the middle one. This means that we've split the antidote into perfect fifths. What's interesting about this sort of problem is that while it's possible to solve it by starting from the geometry, it's actually easier to start experimenting and see where that gets you. That wouldn't...
If you live in Minnesota and you own a home, don't skip this YouTube ad just yet.
I don't
if you're
own
a renter,
a house. No, I live in a house. I'm going to buy my... I don't own a house.
A hostile artificial intelligence called NIM has taken over the world's computers. You're the only person skilled enough to shut it down, and you'll only have one chance. You've broken into NIM's secret lab, and now you're floating in a raft on top of 25 stories of electrified water. You've rigged up a remote that can lower the water level by ejecting it from grates in the sides of the room. If you can lower the water level to 0, you can hit the manual override, shut NIM off, and save the day. However, the AI knows that you're here, and it can lower the water level too, by sucking it through a trap door at the bottom of the lab. If NIM is the one to lower the water level to 0, you'll be sucked out of the lab, resulting in a failed mission. Control over water drainage alternates between you and NIM, and neither can skip a turn. Each of you can lower the water level by exactly 1, 3, or 4 stories at a time. Whoever gets the level exactly to 0 on their turn will win this deadly duel. Note that neither of you can lower the water level below 0. If the water level is at 2, then the only move is to lower the water level 1 story. You know that Nim has already computed all possible outcomes of the contest and will play in a way that maximizes its chance of success. You go first. How can you survive and shut off the artificial intelligence?
Okay, so 1, 3 to 4 stories. I need the thing that showed us the story now.
On top of 25 stories of electrified water, you've rigged up a remote that can lower the water level. Stories of electrified water.
So I'll go 1, and then this stupid robot's gonna go 3, and then I'll keep going 1. And go 3, and then I go 1, and then it goes 3. Then I go 1, and then it goes 3, and I go 1, and then it goes 3, then I go 1, and then it goes. I found the equation. The stupid robot is gonna keep on going 3 because he's freaking stupid. I'll go 1, and then he'll go 3, and then I'll go 1, and then he'll go 3 again. So 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. God dang it, my brother Sam made me lose focus. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Yes! Yes! I'll just keep going 1, and then I'll go 3, and then I'll level the
You've rigged up a
100 to
remote up to chance. Nim will take any advantage it can get, and you'll need to have a response to any possible move it makes. The trick here is to start from where you want to end and work backwards. You want to be the one to lower the water level to 0, which means you need the water level to be at 1, 3, or 4 when control switches to you. If the water level were at 2, your only option would be to lower it 1 story, which would lead to Nim making the winning move. If we color code the water levels, we can see.
So if I go 1, and then I'll go 3. And I go 1, and then I'll go 3. Then I'll go 1, and then stupid robot goes 2. I'll go 1, and then he'll go 3. I'll go 1, and he'll go 3. And I'll go 1, and he'll go 3. Yes! Yes! That's my strategy. Put me in a perfect position.
A simple principle at play. There are losing levels like 2, where no matter what, whoever starts their
My plan is perfect. When he goes 3, and then it goes 3. When he goes 3, because 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, and then he'll go 1. Then he'll go. What is my strategy? My strategy.
turn there does, they'll lose. And there are winning levels where whoever starts their turn there can either win or leave their opponent with a losing level.
So I can just go 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. So then go 1. No, I'll go 3. and I can just go for. Guys, put me at the winning space. Because go 1 and then I'll go 3 and he'll be at 9. Because we have to get to 16 while doing the pattern. Go 13. Then I'll go to 12 and then he'll be forced to 9. I'll go 8 and then he's forced to 5, meaning I can go to 4. Meaning I can go 4 spaces and then win. Because it'll be 4 to 9, I'll go 1 and now he might go 4. I go 3. No, I need the possibility of 4. 24, 20. So 24, 20, 19, 15, 14, 10, 9, 5. Then I can just go 4.
So not only are 1, 3, and 4 winning levels, but so are 5 and 6, since you can send your opponent to 2 from there. What about 7? From 7, all possible moves would send your opponent to a winning level, making this another losing level. And we can continue up the lab in this way. If you start your turn 1, 3, or 4 levels above a losing level, then you're at a winning level.
So 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Oh, he goes 4. If he goes 4, I can just go. I could just go 4. Then force him either win or lose. 4. Okay, my strategy will lead me to a win speed. Okay, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. No, then I'll go 3. No, then I'll go 3, meaning might go. No, I'll go 4.
Otherwise, you're destined to lose. You could continue like this all the way to level 25, but as a shortcut, you might notice that levels 8 through 11 are colored identically to 1 through 4. Since a level's...
Because 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. No, wait. 4. Then I'll go 3. And the stupid AI will go 3 again. Not noticing that he'll be on 2. Because he's stupid AI. Then I'll just go 1. And then I'll go 1.
Color is determined by the levels 1, 3, and 4 stories below it. This means that level 12 will be the same color as level 5. 13 will match 6. 14 will match 7, and so on. In particular, the losing levels...
Okay, 1, 3, 1, 1, 3. Wait, no. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, then he'll have to go 1, and then he'll lose.
Will always be multiple of 7, greater than multiples of 7. Now, from your original starting level of 25, you have to make sure your opponent starts on a losing level every single turn. If Nim starts on a winning level, 7.
Okay, I'll just go 1. Here it goes 3. Then I'll go 4. So I go 1. So 1. And then it goes 3. Then I go 4, so he starts on 16. But meaning he'll go over another winning space. So he might go 15, 4. So you can only go 15, 14, 13, 12. So I'll go 4, meaning he starts on 7. And she could go 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning I'll start on a losing space. And then I can go 1. So when I get onto that losing, because the AI will go to 4. We'll make sure that he goes to 3. But then that means I know since the AI in the plan starts on 9, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Meaning I can go 4. Because if this stupid little AI says go 1, 2, 3, 4, he'll be on 5. Meaning I can go to 4, ensuring I will win.
Now, from your original starting level of 25, you have to make sure your opponent starts on a losing level every single turn. If Nim starts on a winning level even once, it's game over for you. 7.
Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3. Then the AI will go 1 again. Then the AI might go 2. Meaning he's gonna start on these. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, meaning he'll start on this. And then I'll go like 1 and 2, and then I'll go 4, and then I'll go 1, 1, 2, and then I'll go 4 again, meaning I'll lose. But then
Now, from your original starting level of 25, you have to make sure your opponent starts on a losing level by 4 stories. No matter what the AI does, you can continue giving it losing levels until you reach 0 and trigger the manual override. And with that, the crisis is averted. Now, back to a less stressful kind of surfing. Here's a bonus riddle where you can use similar skills.
Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, comment for more amazing videos like this. Make sure to like, sub, turn on notifications, and comment for more amazing videos like this. Goodbye.